Now, with these questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through it rather than write it down, because when I've been going over the videos, one, I write quite slowly because I write in capitals so you guys can see it. But two, videos are quite small, so therefore, unless I zoom in, you can't really see the answers. So I'm just going to talk through the answers and give you some tips. Now, question 11, give two properties of natural timbers is worth 2 marks, and you have property 1 and property 2. Now, one of the ways I see students miss out on marks is when they just give one-worded answers. It is strong. Now, in the mark scheme, sometimes they might give it, but more than likely they won't. What you need to do is you need to quantify or justify your answers. If I write strength, some answers can be generic, but some answers are specific to a type of wood or a type of timber. For example, if I said the term timbers can be steamed and bent, that's not all timbers, that's only a specific piece of timber. So beech, if you write property 1, beech can be steamed and bent into shape, that is correct. But if you said all timbers could do that, that would not be the case. So the best way is to be specific. Now, if you talk about strength, again, each wood has different types of strength, each timbers. So you should name a timber and then say it has a certain type of strength. For example, oak has good strength because to be made into furniture. So it has good, instead of just saying strength, you should give it a force as well, whether it's tension or compression. Because oak can handle quite a heavy load, we can say it has good compression strength, so it can handle the weight of a person sitting down. Therefore, it's good for furniture. Because you've justified the answer, you will get a mark. You can put slightly negative things as well, such as softwoods, which is a generic term, but softwoods are not really good for outdoors. Wood is not generally good for outdoors unless it is treated, because it could rot. If you just write wood should not be used outdoors, you probably won't get a mark. If you've justified it by saying wood should not be used outdoors because it can rot, then you've given the reason, which will make your first point valid. Question 12. Outline 2 reasons why the foil-lined cardboard is used in the packaging of takeaway food containers shown in figure 4. I find a lot of students misunderstand this question because of the picture. Now, you've seen here it says packaging for takeaway food container. See the word food container? They automatically think this. That's not what it's asking. It's actually asking 2 reasons why the foil-lined cardboard, so that's this thing here, this is what we need to concentrate on, not the foil packaging. Because it's worth 4 marks, each reason you must give an example, or you must give an explanation. So when I tell my students to answer this question, I tell them that they need to give me a reason. They need to justify the reason. So one of the reasons we could say is the foil-lined cardboard reflects the heat back into the container, keeping the food warm. So I've said what it does. It reflects the heat, and then I've given the reason to keep the food warm while it is in transport. That will give you the 2 marks. So another reason we can say for the foil-lined cardboard is that the foil-lined cardboard keeps the food content inside, keeps the moisture in, right, prevents it from leaking. So that's how we get another 2 marks. Another point we can use is that the foil is non-toxic, so it doesn't mix in with the food. We can talk about it being a composite material, so it has a combined property of cardboard, making it flexible, but the foil to prevent heat from being lost. So again, You can come up with a number of different reasons, but the most important thing is to make sure you give a reason and an explanation for that reason